we are going to and thank you everyone for posting their YouTube channel. And I think that will inspire others who have not yet created their channel to have the links ready by next episode. Now we are going to another exciting session. Our keynote speaker two is someone who's my friend. That's not a big thing. But what is more important is he's an entrepreneur who's been in travel industry for 15 plus years to say at least. He's been quite successful there. And from YouTube's perspective, he created his YouTube channel about 3 months back. But he focused on creating quality content, and he was able to garner 50,000 plus views in just 3 months. Now, just to put things in perspective, my channel is being there for 6 months plus actively, and I've got close to 4,500 views. So just to understand the kind of quality content he is putting, his channel focuses more on how do you speak properly and how do you put right communication skills in perspective. So join me in welcoming our keynote speaker to Manvinder Singh. Manvinder, over to you.
Thank you so very much, Haritosh, for the generous introduction. And thank you so very much for providing me an opportunity to come and have my say here. This is an amazing platform indeed. And of course, this is a place where we can get to exchange the wisdom. We can educate people, we can get educated. And that is something which can help us transform from the beginners to successful YouTubers eventually. So yeah, many congratulations for this platform, first of all. And before I move forward and share what exactly I have for you all, first of all, a warm greeting to all the viewers. And many congratulations, Taiba, for such an amazing session that you had. You really made my life easy and difficult both together. Easy because you really set the tone. So it will be easy for me to drive the audience through. And you made the life difficult because you raised the bar many notches higher. So I don't know I'm going to keep up to the same level or not, but I'll try my best. Thank you so much for that, Taiba. So now coming to exactly what I'm going to share, let me just share my screen. So I'll keep on sharing the particular presentation that I have. At the same time, I'll share what exactly I have to say along with that. So I'm going to more focus on the key areas, the technicalities that can help you grow, that can help you be more successful as a YouTuber, although not that successful, but what has really worked for me, I'm just going to share that with you. A moment. All right, one moment. Just going to start over. So you're going to learn right from the root to the fruit. That means what are the basics that you need to work upon. So I'm going to talk about the most basic thing possible to the goal that we all want to achieve. So that's the agenda of this very presentation. So we're going to discuss about all those small things that really make a great difference. So I'm going to just share the secret sauce to success. Now let's talk about the key strategies. What can really help you grow? So about three and a half months back, when I started my YouTube channel Beyond Shiksha, that is largely focused on, this is an education channel and that is largely focused on communication, how you can polish your communication skills. And it has a lot more to come, not only communication, but as of now, it is focusing on communication. So first opportunity is to brand myself. Okay, so when I started, I really had a lot of challenges to go through because I only knew YouTube as a viewer. I did not know how things work from the other side of the table. I literally had to go from pillar to post to get my questions answered. Sometimes I got the question answered. Sometimes I could not get the questions answered. And many times I rather get more confused than I was earlier because by the time we did not have Video India Summit. But lucky you are that you have a platform where all your questions can be answered straight away the moment you're going to start or you already have started. So I wasn't that lucky though. So what I've learned with my mistakes, with others' mistakes, with my experience, with others' experience, what I did right for me, what did not work for me, what worked for others. And I also got to rub shoulders with many people, including Haritosh. And with the combined whatever that I've learned and what have worked for me, I'm going to share that all with you today. So let's talk about certain key strategies that can really help you to reach the level where you want to. But before I talk about it, let me ask you a question, that what do you think, or when do you think somebody becomes a successful YouTuber? What are the parameters? How do you determine somebody a successful YouTuber? If I may have some answers, please.
Can I try, Manvinder?
Yeah, please go ahead, Abu.
Manvinder, in my opinion, if I am getting repeated view from the same person, so if somebody comes and visits my channel twice, thrice, that decides if my channel is a success. And the other thing is if they share, rather than me sharing, and if they go ahead and they share it, and they, without me asking, if they start writing comments, positive comments or sharing it, then I feel that it is a successful channel.
Super. Yeah. Any more responses? I quite agree with you, Abu. The very first thing is you need to get subscribers. You need to have your viewers, and those two are active viewers who really come back every time you come across with something. That means, yes, they're liking your content. And when they share you, instead of you share, you ask them to share. So they say, you are not a brand when you tell about yourself that you're a brand. You're a brand when people tell about you to each other. That is when you become a brand. And of course, that's what happens when you really feel you've now made a mark for yourself. Any more answers, any more points, any more inputs?
Yeah, I can say that, whenever I post any video and I get a comment that this post was super helpful. I had a few comments where say, this has been super helpful for me. That gives me the impression that now I think I can consider at least successful YouTuber for this particular video, where people themselves are saying, okay, this was really helpful. I learned this much, or now know this new technique. So that I think is one way I look at it as a successful YouTuber.
Super. So when your viewers, they are our customers, of course, when they acknowledge the efforts that we put, when they really go through it and then they share their feedback, and that really gives something to them to change their lives for any reasons, and that's when you really feel you have really done something, you've given back something to the society, and the very purpose of your YouTube channel is pretty much being implemented. Any other one? Anyone else? Any other point? Something to add if you want to?
When people actually engage to a point wherein they are asking you to make something related to the points that you have already mentioned. Like a viewer asked me that, can you tell me a trick how to read thick books faster? So I made that video for that particular person. So when you start getting that kind of request and demand from the customers.
Absolutely, I can't agree more. This is one very very important factor, because when your viewers look at you at a problem solver, when they know you are the source they can get their problem solved from, that means yes, now you are making a mark. You're pretty much on a YouTuber, a successful YouTuber in making, and you already have done something great in this journey. Great. Any other? Anyone else with something to add? I'm getting some very interesting and good insights and good points to be raised. Anyone else? Okay, so let me just in that case speak on your behalf. In my understanding and in nutshell, of course, it is very important for you to have a huge viewership base, and those should be active. They should be repeating viewers. They keep on repeating your channel to look at what you have really created for them. They ask about what they need. At the same time, when they really appreciate your work, when they watch it full, they appreciate your work. And every time you create a video, you see some new people joining in. That means every time you have got unsubscribed people, you have got unknown people who were not there in the previous video. If new people are joining every time, that means yes, you're still penetrating the market very well. You're still penetrating this particular marketplace that we have as a YouTube very well. That's also important. And of course, how do you get to know when you have got the views? You look at the number of the views that you're getting and how much time people are spending on your YouTube channel. Even that is important. Then comes the another thing, that when you are reaching out to your client successfully, your client, that means your viewers are reaching out to you successfully, and not only that, YouTube is suggesting your videos to the larger audience. Even that is something when you feel, yes, I am making some quality content because of which YouTube is now suggesting to me or advocating me on my behalf to the larger audience. So these are the things when you really feel that, yes, I am doing the things right. Now, I'm going to focus on how exactly to achieve all these. It's easier said than done. So I'm going to talk about step by step how exactly can we reach to that level wherein all these things start getting implemented. So very important thing first of all is to know your viewers, to know your customers as they say, to know your viewers here. So there are four kinds of viewers or the customers. Number first, somebody who knows what he wants to view and he or she knows a channel he or she wants to view from. Now this is a little difficult viewer for you to get hold of. Second, somebody who knows the topic he or she wants to view the video of, but is flexible with the channel. Now this is where you can always try to hold them. Third one, somebody who neither knows, who has nothing, who does not know what exactly is he going to watch. He or she is just going to see the channel that he's sure about, and whatever that he or she likes from that channel, that person is going to watch. And the fourth one, who neither is sure about the channel nor the content he or she is going to watch. The person goes, logs in, checks what is there on the home screen, what is in the suggested video, and he or she goes with the flow. So these are the four different types of viewers, and you need to see how exactly you need to tap them all, if not all, at least most of them. Now, how do you do that? The very first thing we need to understand, YouTube is more like a superstore, the e-superstore where the products are there and people are going to buy. And instead of paying money, they are using the currency that is time. So every second that they spend is same as the money that they spend in the superstore. So you need to make sure every second of theirs is counted well. Now, here comes certain hacks, certain areas of expertise that you need to focus on. Number one, think about it when you go on YouTube and you want to search something. How do you find it? You simply go to the search bar and type something in. And YouTube gives you the result as per what you type, isn't it? So first of all, you need to understand that what customer is asking, what your viewer is asking, your video should have something complementing to it. So YouTube understands your video complements to what is being asked for, and it shows it there. Because no matter, they say content is king. Undoubtedly, I don't disagree with that. It is very important for you to have a very compelling thumbnail because that's your packaging that really makes you stand out. But unless somebody gets to see your thumbnail, unless somebody gets to see your content, how would they watch it? So most important thing is you need to be found. Very, very important thing is to be found. So I'll tell you how exactly can you be found. That's one thing we're going to discuss about. Second thing is how exactly you get advocated by YouTube. That is again very, very important thing to be focused on. So we'll talk about this as well in this particular session. So be advocated means be advocated by YouTube and be advocated by your viewers at the same time. So create viewers who further create more viewers for you. That is equally important. Then I'll talk about 7 C's to C's. That means 7 certain key strategies that you need to focus at so that you can really reach where we want to reach. So very first thing in that list is to create a compelling and concise content. When I say compelling, that means it should be something that your viewer really needs. You need to understand, is it really solving a problem? Is it really the need of the hour? Is it something which the viewer really requires? If yes, then only create a content on that. Do not just pick any content. That's very important. Second thing is it needs to be concise because remember, people are paying in the currency which is time. So nobody wants to really, invest too much of a time to experiment. So your videos have to be between 2 to 5 minutes long in case you're in a very starting level. Once you get matured, once you see that yes, you're getting good views from your clients, you're seeing your subscribers liking your stuff, then slowly and gradually you can go for the longer duration. Of course, I mean, it also varies from the topic that you choose. But I strongly believe that in the beginning, if you try to have 15, 20 minutes video, it is not going to be very successful for the new subscribers who do not know what are you there to produce, unless you're making something absolutely unique, which has absolutely no alternatives available. Second thing is consistency. It's very important. When I started my channel, I started with 5 videos on the very first day. Then I again uploaded after a week. Then I took a gap of 15 days, again a week. Then at one stage, I took about 30 plus days. And even Haritosh asked me, what happened? There's no such video from you. And then I got a comment as well, rather a couple of comments, that we want you to be more frequent with your videos, we like it. So that day I understood that we need to be more consistent, because and we need to make sure we do every commitment we need to meet. So they say when commitment meets consistency, trust is formed. And trust me, trust is a treasure that takes you to the top. So we really need to make sure we are consistent. So I have a kind of program wherein I have named it as Friday Feast. So every Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning, my video releases rain or shine, come what may. So my subscribers know that there is something for them at 7 o'clock. Third thing is cultivate creativity. You need to really do something different. You do not have to do that everybody does, so that you stand out. Fourth is connect and consult your customers or your viewers. You need to really connect with them. That means you need to keep them engaged by asking questions. You need to keep on sharing something that is of their interest, and consult. That means ask them if they like your video. Ask them what is the topic they want you to cover next. That's going to be very important. They will feel valued, they will feel involved, and they will feel their viewership really counts to you. That is very, very important. Other thing is communicate in customers' language. I mean, let's say, first of all, understand who your target audience is. Do not use a language which sounds very fancy, but they don't understand. So you need to use a language that they understand, so that they have a better viewership of yours. This is something which is very important for you to work upon. Another thing is constitute credibility. So whatever that you say you're going to deliver, we need to make sure we deliver the same. Avoid clickbaits, because it may give you views at first go, but then of course at later run, people would not have any kind of a trust in you. So say what you're going to deliver, otherwise do not just fake around. And the last thing is confluence to influence. When I say confluence to influence, I mean collaborate. You can always go and partner with somebody, another YouTuber, and try to see if two of you come together and really make a difference. But when you choose a partner to collaborate with, if you're a cheese, don't find the chalk. If you're cheese, find the pizza, because many people like pizza with the extra cheese. So try to have that kind of a combination. That really works. Now, do I really have time to go next? I have got my YouTube channel's analytics to show.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you certainly do.
Yeah. So I'm just going to share. 20 minutes. Yeah, what exactly has worked for my channel. One moment, I'm just going to share that with you. So is my screen visible to all? Wherein I've got this YouTube studio right on the screen. Okay, wonderful. So this is my channel. And one thing I always make sure that instead of the moment I come up with a video, like Haritosh also covered it, Taiba also answered, that do not straight away keep on sharing your videos to various social media platforms like Facebook, Messenger, or WhatsApp or LinkedIn, Instagram, so on and so forth. Because then YouTube assumes that you have got the designed audience, number one. And YouTube only wants you to have major traffic of its own viewers, because that's what it is more focused on. The moment you have the design, so-called, maybe it's not, but they find it a designed audience, they are not going to, YouTube is not going to promote you up. So that's very important. At least for first 7 to 10 days, or first at least 5 to 6 days, try not to share your videos that is on Messenger or WhatsApp or any such platforms. It really hampers the ranking big time. Second thing is, like Taiba said, it's very important for you to have the right title. There's a myth, many people really waste a lot of time on tags. Tags are important, but that's perhaps on the last thing you need to pay attention at. First thing you need to make sure is that you put the right title on your videos, because these are the title through which you'll be searched. The be found thing, that is going to be solved with this. So you need to have the right title. Second thing, which is a gold, is your description. Many people do not understand the value what description has to offer. So first 300 to 500 words are real gold. Make every letter count. Now, how would we do that? I'll also come to it. And do not put too many hashtags, like I have also mentioned. Do not try to have more than 3 to 4 hashtags. Otherwise, it is not going to be entertained by YouTube for sure. And eventually, they may also suspend your channel. Yes, it does happen. So, and at the time of monetization, which is a long story later on, but even that can hamper that as well. So we need to make sure we are not going to put a lot of hashtags there. Put the hashtags in the text option. Now, many of you may have a question that how exactly to find that particular tag. So the first thing you need to do, let's say I make a video on pronunciations. Like, this is one of the things in communication. So once I go to YouTube search, I just put pronunciations and see what are the searches that people are actually making, because YouTube prompts it, the search is related to it. So I take first 2 or 3 of it and make a note of it. Then I think a layman would ask what else for the pronunciation. I would write how to pronounce or something of that sort. I'll take top 3. Again, I make a note of it. Then the particular word I'm sharing the pronunciation of, I'll type that word and see what people write next to it to find the pronunciation. I make a note of that as well. Now, next thing, I go to Google. I do the similar thing in Google. So top 3 things I take from there. I scroll down a bit more. Then people also saw, that is one column in the middle, where you have the related options that people put, the related sentences to find the similar content. Take the top 3 or 4 from there as well. Now move down to bottom. Then they have related searches. Take top 3 or 4 from there as well. Now you've got about 20, 30 or maybe 15 such searches. And now find what is the most common in all the platforms. The 4 things that we checked at. Something that is most common, 1 or 2, put that in your title. Now you're writing the title in the customer's language, in the viewer's language. So what they want to ask, you already have it. When it complements, YouTube picks it up. So one thing is this is how you need to choose your title. Number 2 titles you need to make this way, and one title has to be a little unique. That will help you stand out from the rest of the competition. And your title length should not be more than 90 characters. It should be between 80 to 90. Do not try to make every letter like 100 letters, not recommended. That's another important thing. Now, whatever you're left with, the other searches, use that in your description. Now, how you use it? The first 500 words may tell something about your video, make a paragraph like you write an essay, and try to use those searches in that story. So even somebody finds it, YouTube also searches in the description, and if they find it, they pull it up. So what you have not put in the title, you covered it in your description. And then talk about the other videos, put their link, say something about those videos, put the right, the focus area, the titles of that is in the story. That's how you can, and then yes, one more thing, you need to also share your email ID in case you want to get connected with the viewer, or maybe your social media handles in case somebody wants to reach out to you for anything. That is, again, you can put into description. If you've taken some pictures from somewhere, you need to give credit to, also put that into description box. It's always a good thing to do. Now, if you look at my channel, I'll just show you the analytics. That's most important thing. I am largely focused on retention time. It is retention time that really makes you or breaks you. When I say retention time, I guess somebody asked a question as well, that how exactly can you have a lot, a good retention and people really hook up to your channel or to your video. First thing is, of course, you need to have a quality content. There's no shortcut to it. Number two is, you should know in the first 10 seconds, you should tell your audience what is there in it for them. They should know why they have to stay till the end. Third is, try to at least make it interesting in the beginning, because you need to hook them up in first 5 to 10 seconds. Fourth is, keep on telling them that what you have at the end and why they should watch till the end. You need to tell them this is the main course which is important for you to have your hunger satisfied, but then you have a dessert after the dinner, and do not serve the dessert before the dinner. That is also going to, kill your retention time. That's very, very important. And in the middle, again, keep on telling them that yes, once we done it, we have got something very interesting coming in. Keep on building the curiosity so that people continue till the end. So you have a larger retention time. And do not try to unnecessarily stretch your video by putting a lot of information which is not required. Otherwise, people would not really do it the next time. Now here comes my retention time. If you look at my videos, the first one, which is 30 seconds video, I got 21,332 views in just 2 days. It has got 41.4%. As you look, that was the retention time. I know it's a small video. The biggest challenge is when you have a longer video, and would people really stick to it? That's the question. So let me show you. By the way, if I just move down, 41, 48.9, 53.8. These are smaller videos. Let's talk about the bigger ones. 60.4 on 8 minutes video, 7 minutes video. I've got 60.4% retention, 72.6% retention. I've got 61% retention. And let me just move forward. If you look at the chart, the average retention time of my channel is 65.4%. So if somebody comes to my channel, 65% of my content is watched by them. And last 10%, is more about ending, end of screen, etc., etc. So the major part of my content is being watched. That means people are liking the content that I'm producing for them. So that is a very important factor to have a look at. Now look at it. I've got a video which is about 18 minutes long. I'll just show you. One moment. I hope we are not running short of time. Are we?
We have
are we running
about
short
5 minutes.
Oh, I do have 5 minutes, right? Okay, one moment. Yeah, this is my video, which is about 18 minutes long. And I have got the average view time of 13 minutes and 15 seconds. That is 72.8% is the retention time in about 18 minutes video. I'll just try to open this first to show you. And how does it work? When you have good retention, when YouTube start suggesting you to various videos. I'll show you how does it work. One moment. If I show you the traffic source, see, my playlists have got me about 48.5% of watch time, with the average view duration 16 minutes 35 seconds on 18 minutes video. Browse features have got me 28.4% of my traffic. YouTube search 2.9, channel pages 2.1, playlist page 1.1, suggested videos 1.9, external is 0.3%. That means WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, LinkedIn, 0.3% is what my traffic is. Still I've got about, I think, this is last 28 days. Let me show you the lifetime. That is much more. One moment. I think. Yeah, since uploaded. So now here if you look, 594 views I've got, out of which the average duration for lifetime is 10.51 minutes of 18 minutes video. My click-through rate, that means every time the video is shown, about 7.1% of the times people click to watch. 3,993 times my video was shown. That means YouTube is really working hard to show my video as well. And let's talk about the traffic that is external. That is about 1.4%. Only 39 views I've got from the external shares. Maybe somebody might have shared, I did not even share that. But rest, and one more thing which is very important, why I always say and advocate, do not try to straight away share your videos to anyone and everyone. If you look at the average duration, 16 minutes, 9 minutes, 15 minutes. But if you look down to external, it is 2 minutes and 7 seconds. That is my average duration of 18 minutes video. It has really hampered, even with a very little portion, it has hampered my retention time. It really has spoiled the average that I had. This is how it is really killing your performance early on YouTube platform. So that is the reason you need to be very careful before you just go ahead and keep on sharing your videos to any and every external platform. Now let me also show you, this is how title and everything works. This video was published on 26th of July. I'll just quickly go to incognito window. One moment. Is it visible to you, the incognito?
No.
One moment. Is it now visible? I just shared. So this
now
is,
it's visible.
Yeah. So this is one place wherein, if you look, I have not signed in, and this is an incognito. There's no cookies, nothing saved. If I just put what is honorifics, that's my, because on, and if I hit enter, my video is right on the top. If I just type, because the topic is honorifics, if I just simply type honorifics, the first thing that YouTube suggests is honorifics in English. I hit enter, I'm ranking on number 1. If I put just honorifics, forget about English, now I'm on the ranking number 2. Somebody, a Japanese, has got a first rank. And if I do not even use S, right, honorific, again, I've got about 3rd position. So everything that you put as a keyword, I am in I'm top 3. So that's how I am being suggested. I'm ranked, and that's why people are watching my videos organically. That's very, very important for your videos. One more video I would like to show the analytics of, and then we'll wrap it up. One moment. Let me just go back to my channel and share the screen with you as well.
Time's up.
Oh, is it up? Okay. So I think in that case, I'll wrap it up and rather ask questions if you have any. So have your questions asked. I would love to answer them all if time does permit.
Manvinder, there's one thing that I've noticed is generally whenever we have a thumbnail, we always go with our picture. I see that you don't have your picture generally when it comes to thumbnail.
Yep.
What do you think? Has it worked in your favor, or did you try it? Is it as per analytics, or what is the reason behind it?
To be honest, I started with putting my pictures on it, and it really worked for me. I think it really did, because at least people who knew me, I mean, when I was sharing it to various platforms, they knew, okay, fine, it is me who was going to deliver something. So there was some kind of a credibility, and they of course watched it. But then at times I thought, let's try to make something very compelling. So something that is really making people curious, what exactly is in it? So that's the time when I try not to have my pictures, but I've got a mix. At times I put my picture there. At times I just try to put some image which really makes people to think, what exactly is there? What is there? I just really have to find out. So that's where I choose not to have my pictures in thumbnails, yeah. So both have worked for me in different cases, yeah.
And this is going to be the last question because
I
we
have
are
a
running
question.
out of time. So go ahead, Tanya.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, the question is that you mentioned that you know, along with the title, you enter some kind of searches in description box. So can you explain that again? I did not get that properly. That you explained that, you know, like you search, you know, keywords from Google and YouTube, and after that you put certain questions in the search in the description box as well. Can you explain that once again?
Sure. So because we cannot put everything in the title, a title has got about 100 characters as a limit set. And even that, like I said, you need not to have more than 90 characters. Ideally, it's not a thumb rule, but that's what is encouraged. So whatever that you have, the other searches that you could not really put into title, now you need to write something about your video, something that you really want to bring on the table through that video in first 300 to 500 characters, and use those searches as a paragraph. Like you write an essay about something, so try to use very smartly those things that you found in searches. So that way, the moment somebody tries to put that particular keyword, the moment it matches to your description, again you'll be pulled off. And choose your location as none, so that your taglines can go up. And if possible, if you're trying to make a video in a different language, try to have subtitles as well. Even that really works.
Thank you so much, Maninder. That was super
Manvinder,
helpful.
any specific reason, like I have put my location as Haldwani, can you like quickly explain that why having location none, you know, it benefits more?
When you have the location, you do not see the hashtags being there. But the moment you put the location as none, hashtags come and take the same place where your location is placed, number one. Number two, that is when you tell yourself that you're not putting yourself into a boundary. You're open to all the audiences globally. That's also important. That's the reason you should put none there. So these two are the reasons.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Can we
so
have
much.
Earth as our location?
Sorry?
Sorry?
Earth as our location.
I think if you put any location as such, Abu, the only thing which is going to be as disadvantages, your hashtags, which would rather come there, they would be replaced by Earth. So that's something which is not required. I believe you should rather make the most of the hashtags that you have put in. Yeah,
That's a very valid input. Thank you so much, Manvinder.
yeah. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. I hope there are no more questions now because we are running out of time. And
I'm so sorry for eating up so much time. I had a lot to deliver, but then I thought, yeah.
exactly. You have a lot, and we really want to listen more and more from you. But we need to go by the rules. And
Absolutely.
yeah. So thank you so much. I love the fact that you have those 7 C's to C's, and the commitment and consistency leads to trust being formed, constitute credibility, and confluence to influence. Amazing session. Thank you so much.